Hi, Dr. Rudy Cashman. Welcome to our show today. This is a very important show because probably 80-90% of the people in a lot of communities have diabetes. Mm-hmm. Many of them are not tested, so they know they have. You're diabetic. Oh, I'm not diabetic. Well, you only are what your blood tests show. Mm-hmm. And we'll go through this. So testing is very important. And you can be overweight, 80% are diabetic, but not 100%. Only a test will show it. All the people that look fine, what people consider a normal weight, 30% are diabetic. Mm-hmm. Get your blood test done. It's extremely important. Why? Because diabetes, where the sugar's elevated, insulin is elevated. Insulin makes holes in your blood vessels and starts the arteriosclerotic process. It's not fat. It's insulin that punches the hole. Yes, you have to understand that. And the good news is, though, you can easily get rid of it. And if you want more information, I'll show you the simple way. Okay, if you feel like I need more information, I'll show you simply how to get more information. I don't have a cold, but there are some toxins in the air, and I think it's allergies. But I'm here. I didn't cancel. So, and I've gathered the information from all over the world. Mm-hmm. I even will mention to you a site I'd like you to look at if you want unending, more good, scientifically proven information. Yeah. But simply to get rid of it, number one is get tested. You may look fine and still have diabetes, so that's important. So give you, and suppose they say, well, your serum insulin is elevated. Remember, 10 to 20 years before you get your blood sugars up, the insulin is up. Yes. That's in many books. But they're not telling anybody that because they want you to have the disease because then they can treat you. Yes. This is true. It's in many books. But your serum insulin is elevated or your blood sugar is elevated and you want to get rid of the disease. Remember I said, I'm going to keep it very simple. Very simple. Okay. An easy way, most of us are used to eating 3 meals a day. Okay, that's one way. And there's some that eat 2 meals a day. Either way will get you there. Okay. There is a lady named Susan Ryan, wrote a book, Beyond Simply Keto. She lost over 120 pounds, her and her husband both. And this book, to me, is almost a Bible of nutrition in a simple way, because she's also on YouTube. If you go Susan Ryan YouTube, all kind of shows show up. She even talks about the psychology of it. If you were to put a donut right there, in spite of me being a health teacher, knowing everything it does, 134 pounds, I would grab it. That's through evolution. Our psychology goes for a vision, a hearing, response to what we're looking at. Okay? I just want you to know that. Well, what I like about this book, what are ketones? Okay, we have sugar molecules. Okay, but if you eat a healthy diet, which she will teach you and I will teach you, a healthy way of eating, all the food you can eat. Yes, not a starvation thing at all. And 60 pages, and keto are fat molecules that we can use, and when you're using them, your blood sugar is like this. It's like that. If you're eating sugary stuff, your blood sugar goes down. Then you eat some food and it goes up. You're a much different metabolic state. So she explains that if you're eating foods that are low in sugar, your sugar level goes down, and your insulin is related to that. Your insulin level will go down. And then when they're both down, your fat cells open up, and the fat gets sent to the liver and get converted to ketones, which are small energy molecules, smaller than glucose. Your muscles love them, your heart loves them, your brain loves them. So now you're in ketone metabolism, okay? And what type of foods? Only vegetables? No. You've got to gather some information that there's certain vitamins and minerals that we can find only in meat. So you need to eat some meat, and she will show you that. And the book explains her life and in detail. And then remember, YouTube shows have Keto Karma, where she speaks about the psychological aspect, and she explains it very well, about 60 pages or so. And then in tremendous detail, she explains foods you can eat and not eat, and then she has in there her food pyramid, okay, the ketogenic food pyramid, and hold it up for you, okay, and incidentally, to buy this book, this Nutrition Bible, brand new, $35. But I found out, not all books, but most books, you can buy used copies. People send them back in, and you know how much those were? $5 or less. You need to get this book, $5, or maybe hand it to your spouse or neighbor or friend who you feel needs some help. Yes, it's easy. And then on every page, you won't believe this, on every page, in the beautiful pictures of over 100 recipes, beautiful pictures of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals. You can eat 2 like I do, but 3 would be fine too. I'm just in the habit now of learning the science of eating 2 meals a day. It seems to work fine with me. But when you look at the pictures, the foods are delicious. Just follow these recipes. If you were to eat the recipes from this book, explained in great detail, every recipe, she says the number of calories, the number of carbs, the number of protein, the amount of fiber. Yes. And yes. And this is eating a diet. There's good and bad fats. She explains the science of that. She explains the science of ketones. If you're a type 2 diabetic and you follow this book 4 to 8 weeks, your diabetes will be gone. I mean it. I mean it. based on many other books, but I find this to be the best, most explanatory. You can buy it for $5. You want to keep your diabetes and take all those pills. You know why I'm on pills? When the blood sugar's up and you can't handle it for a while and it keeps on going up, they hand you insulin. Insulin goes into the cell and makes it fat. Guess what's going to happen to you? You want to be fat? Take insulin. Even when you inject it right in the arm, you'll see a lump forms. Mm-hmm. There has been a fraud going on. To me, because of all the complications of diabetes, is it criminality? You answer that question. Because people get their legs amputated, they get dementia, all from diabetes, which all can be stopped or reversed quickly. If you want a little more explanation, I wrote a book, and I'm not selling books here, okay? Prevention is the cure. Now, I'm about preventing the disease in the first place. And it explains the science of it, okay? Why did this happen to us? Public health isn't telling us how to get rid of it. The doctors are handing us medications and insulin. They're not teaching in the schools. I looked at the school menu this morning, the cinnamon buns for breakfast, milk, which is not cow's milk is not happy for us because all the hormones they put on the milk, then you give it to your kid to drink. What are you thinking? Learn the Science of Milk, book called Joe Keon wrote called Whitewash. Read the book. You can probably buy it used too for $2 or $3. But you have to gather information. So what is, I think, good about my book, it explains a little bit of the science more about the science of sugar, healthy heart is everything, epigenetics, in more detail. You want to know a little more science, read that. But those two books, some of the YouTube shows, you'll be rid of this plague that's on your back. Don't accept it. Do not accept it. Increased rates of all cancers, increased rates of breast cancer. Don't accept it. And it's caused by the industries around us because they're all making money. Just listen to some of this. Processed food, poor nutrition teaching, House and Senate lobbyists, they get bribed by the processed food industry. Hospital system, lack of prevention teaching. They'll have a diabetes department, they'll have an obesity department, but are they teaching you how to get rid of it? No. And I noticed this too about statin drugs. If you're on a statin drug, learn the science. I didn't say to stop it or start it, but study the science. Toxic effects of statins by David Evans, yellow book this thick. Just read the summary, don't read the book, just read the summary. Statins cause a lot of diseases that we have. Get involved with the things that you're taking. So the fast way, I already told you the fast way. Now you're a person, I want more information. Fine, but I have this path too. The easiest path to me, remember I had the quick method, and the more information, I'm not going to change the way I do things unless I gather a lot more information. I tell you an easy way to do it. And it comes from England. I studied the health thing from all over the world. Isn't that interesting? You see, how are they dealing with it? There was, in England, a Dr. David Unwin, U-N-W-I-N. Google it. and his wife, Jen, okay? And she was a psychologist, not dealing in health, but he was a GP, a practice of 5 doctors, 9,000 patients. He was overweight, she was overweight, his wife, and they both had diabetes. And the patient walked in one day, who'd been his patient for 9 years. He didn't recognize her. And she says, Dr. Unwin, you have no idea what you're talking about. She says, well, but instead of closing his mind, he listened. And he started studying the things she's talking about. She had gone online with a group of women. And they learned proper eating. They learned how to get rid of disease. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that information, I also knew for years. My books are the proof. But he ran some studies. In England, all your health information is kept on a card, just on the cards I have, on the cards. The information from birth to death, going back 40 years. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to run studies. He joined with Dr. Taylor and then studies, and they found what the patient was telling him is correct. And they put a book together too. The name of it is Fork in the Road. But they then formed a charitable foundation that exists today, and encourage you to look at it. A lot of the information is for free, okay? And it's extremely thorough. It's called the Public Health Collaboration UK.org. That'll get you there. You might have a little problem at first getting used to the site, but when you look under resources, there will come up the different resources they have. And one of the ones is videos. And once you hit that, the whole world opens up. They had a conference last year, and you can still access what the speakers talked about. Mm-hmm. The one I like there particularly is Benjamin Ackman. And look at that as a 1-hour thing. Listen to it. I don't recommend the quick fixes. To listen to that is too much detail. You don't need to know all that. But once you watch that, and it can be watched by layman, a doctor, and he is in great detail explain to you where we are, where we're at. Then all types of other YouTube shows of famous people who've been speakers at their conferences. You don't have to join them. A lot of things are free. But I joined them at $100 a year. I'm not selling them, but it makes it a little easier to get on the website. They have a conference November the 2nd, and I was thinking of going to it. But then I realized that all that information will be on the website. Last year's conference, all the lectures are there. You can listen to them. It's like you took the trip. Low cost. But I want to meet Dr. Unwin. I will go to him sometime. But I had a family, my daughter called, and she wanted us to come, so I think I'll go to Augusta instead of there. But the amount of information is explosive. So I would like you to look at his information, okay? I'd like you to look at Susan Ryan's information too. She has a YouTube show and Keto Karma, which talks about the psychology of eating, but And also on the Public Health Collaboration in England, they have recipes on there. I got the cards here in front of me. Dr. Unwin even invented where, is to talk about this food is good, that food is bad. It's a lot easier for us to see it if we had graphics. So he created these sugar graphics, yes. And like basmati rice, he is in there 10 teaspoons full of sugar. Okay? White potato, 9 teaspoonfuls of sugar. Pure apple juice, remember, eat the apple, not just the juice because of fiber, is 8 teaspoonfuls. So he has graphics. Yeah, that's beautiful. And they always come in with new ones. And that is right on the website, and you can get them for free. In fact, you become a member, they send all those to it. That's what this is from. They even have pictures of the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you want to double the rate to get rid of diabetes, I meant to mention that could be in the fast method. I maybe should have brought it up too, is by eating 2 meals a day, fasting. Our body secretes hormones, growth hormone, the appetite hormone, ghrelin goes down in the morning, gut hormones get secreted. So in the mornings, our blood sugars are like this. We don't need to eat. I play pickleball and don't eat till noon. And then the energy and steroids from pickleball maybe feel so good, I don't even feel like eating at noon. Do I have trouble with my weight control? No. 88 years old, no pills, okay? Weigh 134 pounds, okay? No pain anywhere in my body. Does that prove anything in one person? No, it doesn't, but the one who's trying to teach you themselves ought to be healthy. So consider that also while you're fasting. And I hand people a card, Dr. Rudy's Keto, 16:8. Okay. It's the cards I hand to people. And if you're fasting 16 hours and you ate in an 8-hour period, your body will be going autophagia. It will repair damaged cells in your body, build new ones. Autophagia is healing your body. Your body will do that. That's the advantage of eating 2 meals a day. You can fast for a week or days, or this goes back 2,000 years. It's in religion, and that's fine. And so it goes back many years, but 16:8 is the easiest. It maybe take you a week to adapt to it, but your diabetes, if you have it, will go away a lot quicker. Yes, it'll go away a lot quicker. Doubles the speed. You probably won't have diabetes in 2 or 3 weeks. Yes. And what you need to do too is watch your blood work. Tell your doctor you're going to do this because your need for drugs you might be taking will go down, 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 down. And you don't want to take them and your blood sugar goes down to 20, okay? So check with your doctor on the medication. But also remember, you may have more knowledge now than your doctor. Keep that in mind. He may not have read any of this. You think we're looking at this nation of people of diabetics, 80, 90% of diabetes because your doctor knows a lot? I would think the medical school, the doctors, they're graduating, are partially responsible here. Maybe most of the responsibility. And I'm a doctor. I'm just fessing up here. But I will admit, for 30, 40 years, the way I'm speaking today, I spoke that way 30, 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. But it's progressing. I now, because this show here goes to YouTube in 10 days. Yeah, goes to YouTube. So and I got a phone call 6 months ago from the ambassador to India. Believe it. He wanted permission, which he didn't need to use my YouTube shows to teach his nation, India, which has the largest number of diabetics in the world. China's too, because India has the largest number of people. They take my shows, convert them to other dialects and languages, and people can go on their iPhone or their computer and get the information to get rid of their diabetes. Mm-hmm. Am I riding high, tap dancing to the music when they called me? Yeah, and then they sent 2 people to my house. He did. And I'm standing in the driveway with my wife, and I feed animals. I'm connected to animals and plants. That's the way I am. And there are 25 geese out there. Who likes geese? I do. And I feed them from the bird feeders. And the geese lined up single file and did 5 figures of 8s. And I recorded, it's on my phone. And the Indian doctor turns to me, he says, Dr. Cashman, you're connected to nature. Yes, plants, animals, humans, we're all connected. We just have to figure out how to make friends with them. The deer will come up and smile at me and bring their little kids along. And I'll watch them wean the kids from eating the food. And she would kick them. So I watched all that. Yes. But anyway, thank you for listening. So I've caught you today the quick way to get rid of diabetes. Follow Susan Ryan. If you want to double the speed somewhat more, then maybe do the 16-8 fasting. You can learn a little more about the science of my book and follow hers. That's all you need to know. And if you want more information, then enter the British Public Health UK.com, and the world explodes with information. You may not want that much, but you may want to know a little bit more about it. And the information is there available for you for free. Thank you for listening to my show. And with that, I think I'm going home. I'm playing pickleball at 7 o'clock. Meet me at the net. And you can't believe what I did. At Sweetwater on Tuesday, I'm going to sing a song. I love pickleball. Excuse my allergic cough. But then I got through the shows without coughing only twice. Not bad. I do this because I love you. Feel free to respond with me, call with me, give me some information that you might find is more important. I'm trying to change the world because what we do around the world is feed people bad food so they get sick, so that we can operate on them or do some kind of procedure, so hand them a pill. I'm not about a pill. Some people need pills, but majority do not. You will save a lot of money if you listen to me, and get Susan Ryan's book, $5. And you got the Nutrition Bible in front of you, and look at our YouTube shows, Unwin's YouTube shows, and you will know a lot. And I do this because I love you. Namaste. I really appreciate you listening. And I'll see you next time.